Late at night, when the world is quiet and distractions have faded, your mind begins to wander. You may find yourself reflecting on your choices, your path, and the life you're building. These moments of stillness can feel intense, filled with uncertainties and questions that don't have easy answers. But what if, instead of being weighed down by doubt, you could gently use this stillness to expand your perspective? What if the silence itself holds a hidden opportunity, a chance to absorb wisdom that has stood the test of time? Philosophy has long been a quiet voice in the darkness for those seeking clarity. Across centuries, the greatest minds have wrestled with the very same questions that might be swirling in your head at this hour. How do we live a meaningful life? How can we overcome doubt and uncertainty? What does it mean to truly be ourselves in a world that pulls us in so many directions? The answers are never simple, but they do exist, hidden like stars in the night sky, in the words of wise philosophers who challenged ordinary thinking in search of deeper truths. Even a great emperor like Marcus Aurelius, surrounded by countless people in the daytime, carved out moments of solitude at night to reflect. In his private journals, he reminded himself of a fundamental truth. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but your estimate of it. And this, you have the power to revoke at any moment. In the dim light of his tent on the battlefield, the philosopher emperor chose to find peace within by changing how he viewed his challenges. We too can learn to find calm in how we respond, rather than being swept away by what happens around us. Take a slow, easy breath in, and as you exhale, allow yourself to release any tightness in your shoulders or brow. In this gentle pause, consider that many wise teachings across cultures point inward to moments like this. The Stoic philosophers of ancient Rome, for example, believed that much of our suffering comes not from the outside world, but from our own judgments and imaginings. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality, wrote the Stoic Seneca, reminding us how our minds can magnify troubles. The Stoics teach that we create unnecessary pain for ourselves by resisting reality instead of accepting it. What if you could release that resistance even just a little right now? Their wisdom encourages focusing only on what you can truly control: your own thoughts, attitudes, and actions, and cultivating inner strength in the face of whatever life brings. Lying here, see if you can let go of any worry about things beyond your control. Feel the weight of those worries gently lift, as if a heavy cloak is sliding off your shoulders. To live with wisdom and resilience, the Stoics realized, isn't about eliminating life's struggles, but about changing how we respond to them. And in this quiet moment, you are practicing exactly that: breathing, accepting, and allowing things to be as they are. Another deep breath in and out. As thoughts arise, perhaps about your day or your plans, you can simply notice them and let them drift. Other schools of philosophy and spirituality echo the advice to trust the present. In the East, Taoist teachings invite us to live in harmony with the flow of nature, to stop fighting every twist and turn of life. A famous parable tells of an old farmer whose horse ran away and his neighbors cried, "What bad luck!" The farmer simply replied, "Bad luck, good luck, who knows?" That story continues. After the wild horses returned, the farmer's son tried to tame one and broke his leg. The neighbors again said, "What bad luck!" And the farmer replied, as always, "Good luck, bad luck, who knows?" Weeks later, the army came to draft young men for war, but they passed over the farmer's son because of his injury. What first seemed tragic became protection. What first seemed fortunate could have ended in loss. The farmer's serenity came not from knowing the future, but from accepting he never could. And in that surrender, he found peace. From this acceptance arises a kind of peace. The Buddhist tradition teaches something similar, that much of our sorrow comes from our attachments, our fear's grip on how we want things to be. The Buddha observed that everything in life is changing, impermanent, and that trying to hold on to passing moments is like trying to hold on to flowing water. Suffering, he said, is like the pain of a clenched fist. Freedom from suffering is the ease of an open hand. Attachment is the root of suffering, goes one translation of his teaching. As you lie here, you might notice what you've been clinging to: an expectation, a regret, a worry. And imagine your mental fist unfurling, releasing it. See how your breath flows more freely afterward. In Buddhist thought, when we truly see that all conditioned things are impermanent, when we embrace the fact that change is the nature of life, we begin to turn away from suffering. With each philosophy we touch, notice how we circle back to a common center. The idea that peace and meaning are found within, by adjusting how we see and relate to our experiences. From the Hindu perspective, this inner peace is part of your very nature. In the Upanishads, it's written that at the core of each person is the Atman, the pure self, which is eternal and serene. They say, this true self is one with the infinite reality Brahman. Lying here in the gentle dark, you might sense a hint of that essence, like a small, steady flame in the quiet of your chest. It's the part of you that has observed your life from childhood to now, the common thread through all your experiences. That is your inner self, and it is utterly peaceful by nature. And now, we come to the existential perspective, a modern voice that reminds us of our freedom to shape our own meaning. The existentialists observed that life doesn't come with obvious pre-assigned meaning. It's up to us to create it. Far from being a bleak thought, this can be empowering. Even when external circumstances are out of our control or seem pointless, we can choose our attitude and thereby give those moments meaning. As Sartre put it, man is condemned to be free because once thrown into the world, he is responsible for everything he does. This freedom can feel like a burden at times, but it is also a gift. You are the author of your life. Here, in the still of the night, you might consider, what small act or mindset could I choose tomorrow to bring a bit more meaning or authenticity to my day? It could be as simple as being kind to someone or working on a personal project, or even just appreciating the morning light when you wake. Existentialism at its heart empowers you to see that even now, as you lie here, you are shaping your experience. You chose to listen to this, to seek peace and insight, an act of creating meaningful rest for yourself. As different as these philosophical traditions are, notice how they converge tonight within you. They all invite you to turn inward, to trust yourself, and to realize that the way you meet life's moments is where peace is found. In Stoicism, by adjusting judgments. In Taoism, by flowing with what is. In Buddhism, by letting go of attachment. In Hinduism, by remembering your true self. And in existentialism, by owning your freedom to create meaning. Different words, different cultures, but a shared truth. The key lies within. Let your breath deepen gently now. Feel your body soften a little more. You've done so much inner traveling already, and the night is ready to guide you even deeper. There is a wisdom that comes not from thinking, but from allowing. From letting yourself sink into the softness that has always been here. The quiet stretches around you like a warm blanket, and you begin to feel held by something bigger than thought, bigger than philosophy, bigger even than yourself. A quiet presence, like the world itself is whispering, rest. As you rest into this presence, your breath slows. Notice the way your chest rises and falls without effort. Notice the ease that spreads through your shoulders, your arms, your hands. The tension you carried earlier dissolves like mist. The night asks nothing of you. This moment is pure receiving. Inside this calm, we return to Taoist wisdom, the reminder that life is not meant to be forced. The Tao settles around you like a gentle breeze. You don't need to control anything, not your thoughts, not your future, not your breath. Everything can flow. You are not a rock, you are water, and water finds its way effortlessly. Feel the image of the farmer return to your mind. His calm acceptance, his refusal to cling tightly to events, his gentle, who knows? What a relaxing way to live. Not predicting, not labeling, not bracing against life. Just living, moment by moment, breath by breath, trusting that outcomes reveal themselves in time. Let that trust seep into your body now. Let your muscles relax into it. As your breath softens, imagine yourself floating down a quiet river. The water is warm, carrying you slowly through a forest, glowing with soft moonlight. You don't steer, you don't paddle, you just float. Trees lean overhead, whispering secrets. The current knows where to take you. This is Wu Wei in motion, effortless ease. You drift deeper into the feeling that your body is supported completely. You are being carried, safe, held, guided. The river flows at its own perfect pace. You float with it, surrendering without fear. Now we turn toward Buddhism again, letting its peaceful clarity settle into your awareness. Thoughts drift in, memories, plans, images. and you let them pass like leaves floating on the river beside you. You don't follow them. You don't grab at them. They move at their own pace, and you remain the observer, calm and quiet. Feel the wideness inside you, the spacious sky of your mind. Clouds come and go, but the sky remains. You are the sky. Thoughts are simply clouds. Let them drift. As you float, imagine placing a gentle hand over your heart. Feel the warmth beneath your palm. Soft, steady. A small flicker of tenderness that lives inside you. This tenderness is metta, loving kindness. Offer it inward now. May I be peaceful. May I be safe. May I be at ease. With each phrase, feel your body soften more. Now let that kindness ripple outward, not forced, not strained, just a gentle intention. May others be peaceful. May they be safe. May they be at ease. It feels light, effortless, like releasing a handful of petals onto the water. They float away, carrying compassion into the world. Your breath deepens. You feel the weight of the day lifting. You realize you don't need to be anyone or do anything in this moment. You are allowed to rest exactly as you are. From this tenderness, Hindu philosophy flows naturally in. You sense the presence of the Atman, the quiet witness observing all experience without being touched by any of it. Beneath every emotion, beneath every thought is a steady awareness, warm and peaceful, like a flame in the center of your chest, small but steady. You breathe into it and feel the warmth spread. Picture that golden flame now. Notice how it flickers softly with your breath. It has been there through every challenge, every joy, every moment of your life. It is your truest self, eternal, unshaken, completely whole. Everything else, though, the worries, the roles, the stories you tell yourself, those are surface waves. But this inner flame is the ocean beneath, vast and calm. You rest in it. This inner stillness grows as you imagine placing a stone, the weight you've been carrying, into a flowing river. Watch the water take it. Watch it disappear. There is relief in surrender. The night invites you to let go more deeply than before. You breathe again, slower this time. A warmth expands across your chest, up your throat, into your face. You feel yourself growing, heavier, more relaxed, as if gravity is gently pulling you into the earth, letting you settle, letting you sink into safety. Now existentialism emerges again, not as philosophy, but as a quiet empowerment. You realize you are free. Free to choose peace, free to choose rest, free to shape the meaning of this very moment. And right now you choose gentleness. The night feels like a cocoon around you, safe, quiet, protective. You are drifting deeper into yourself, like descending through layers of soft earth. Everything slows, everything quiets. Thoughts that once buzzed now fade like distant echoes, losing their shape, losing their urgency. And now the breath returns, not as something you control, but as something that simply happens. It carries you inward. It carries you downward. It carries you toward a deeper stillness. Your body is heavy. Your mind is soft. Your awareness drifts like smoke. And you are safe. You drift deeper into yourself, into a quiet room at the center of your being. Here you feel the gathering of all your inner parts, your hopes, your fears, your memories, your strengths, coming together gently, like guests arriving slowly to a warm, candlelit space. There is no judgment here, no pressure, no expectations, only gathering, only belonging. You sense the younger version of yourself sitting quietly nearby, the child within you who once felt everything so intensely, who hoped without hesitation, who trusted even when the world seemed big and uncertain. This child hasn't gone anywhere. They've simply been waiting for you to slow down enough to visit. Imagine sitting beside this younger you, not to correct them, not to analyze them, just to be with them. Feel the tenderness of that closeness. Place a gentle hand on their shoulder. Feel how they soften at your touch. Perhaps they sigh, finally able to rest in your presence. Whisper inwardly, "I am here now. You are safe with me. You didn't do anything wrong." Feel the shift inside you, a quiet untying of knots you didn't know you still carried. This is healing, quiet, subtle, real healing. Another breath moves through you, slow, warm, steady. Feel how it carries kindness through your entire body. Now, you sense another presence within you, the shadow self, the part of you made of old fears, old hurts, old misunderstandings. Not bad, not dangerous, simply hidden. This shadow does not ask for punishment. It asks to be acknowledged, to be seen without fear. Say inwardly, "I see you. You're allowed to exist. You're part of me." And feel how something inside loosens, an internal exhale you may not have realized you were holding. Your heart relaxes, your jaw softens, your belly releases. Integration is happening quietly, naturally, unforced. Your inner orchestra begins to tune itself again. The steady beat of Stoicism, the flowing flute of Taoism, the soft harp of Buddhism, the glowing sitar of Hindu wisdom, the resonant cello of existentialism. They are not separate melodies. They harmonize. You lie here, hearing their combined song, not with your ears, but with your heart. Your breath synchronizes with that harmony. Slow, deep, effortless. You are becoming whole, not by changing yourself, not by perfecting yourself, simply by allowing every part of you to belong. Let yourself sink into that belonging. Feel it in your ribcage. Feel it in your spine. Feel it settle behind your eyes like warm dusk. A calm lake forms in your mind. Smooth, reflective, undisturbed. Ripples may move across the surface, but beneath it, the water remains still, deeply still. And in that depth, you recognize your true self, whole, peaceful, untouched. The night gently folds itself around you like a cocoon, inviting you into further softness. Your awareness drifts toward darkness, not the darkness of fear, but the darkness of rest. The darkness where seeds grow, where stars are born, where the quiet voice of the inner self becomes audible. That voice whispers, "You are here. You are safe. You can rest now." Let the words settle through your nervous system like warm honey. Your hands loosen, your jaw slackens, your shoulders melt downward, your breath slows even more. You let go of the day, its tasks, its pressures, its noise. You let go of tomorrow, its plans, its unknowns, its expectations. You let go of the stories that tug at your mind. Everything can be set down beside you, just for now, just for this sacred moment of rest. The night teaches you without speaking. Its silence is a kind of wisdom, yin energy embracing you, cool, nurturing, receptive. This is the soil in which rest grows. All traditions converge here. All inner paths meet in this dark, gentle space. You are not falling asleep, you are returning. Returning to your essence, returning to the soft core of your being, returning to the truth that you are already enough. Your breath flows in and out, in and out. Each cycle slower, softer, deeper. Your mind becomes hazy, like mist rolling over a quiet pond. You feel yourself lying not just on a surface, but in the arms of the night itself, cradled, protected, held. Thoughts dissolve before they even fully form. Images blur, words fade. You are drifting down, inward, softly. You move through layers of yourself, descending like a leaf drifting toward the forest floor. Slow, weightless, inevitable. The world around you becomes distant. The sound of your breath becomes your only anchor. And even that anchor begins to float. You are safe to let go, safe to surrender, safe to drift. The peaceful core within you expands, glowing softly. You settle into it like sinking into warm water. Your boundaries dissolve. Your awareness becomes spacious, open, weightless. You are ready to drift further. Your breath is now the softest it has been all night. Barely there. Barely a movement, just the gentle rise and fall that happens when the body feels safe enough to completely let go. You drift deeper into the night's embrace, senses softening, awareness loosening, thoughts dissolving before they take shape. You are floating inside yourself, moving into a place where the noise of the world can't follow. In this depth, you begin to sense something warm and golden at the center of your chest. The inner flame, the Atman, the soul, the true self, glows faintly but steadily. It has guided you through every chapter of this night's journey, even when you didn't realize it. Even now, it illuminates your descent into rest. Let that flame glow a little brighter. Feel its warmth expand. Feel it radiate through your ribs, your throat, the space behind your eyes. It is not a fire of effort. It is a fire of being. Your breath moves gently across that inner flame, like a soft breeze, causing it to flicker with life. It doesn't burn, it doesn't demand, it simply warms. You rest in that warmth. Now imagine the darkness around you, not as empty space, but as a soft velvet field, a place where nothing is expected of you, a place where the world is quiet enough for you to finally hear your own inner voice, a place where you can release everything you have been holding. Let that velvet darkness hold you. Let it cradle you. Let it wrap gently around your limbs, your torso, your mind. You are safe here. As you sink deeper, recall the quiet lessons the night has whispered. You can let the day go. You can surrender the weight you carried. You can breathe without effort. You can exist without performing. You can rest without proving anything. These truths feel soft inside you, like petals unfolding, like a tide receding, like a long-held tension finally loosening its grip. Your body begins to feel heavier now, as if gravity has become more loving, more inviting. Your muscles let go, your jaw slackens, your hands soften, your eyelids feel warm and full, even if they are already closed. You have entered the realm between waking and dreaming, a threshold, a drifting place, a gentle slide into the deepest part of yourself. Thoughts may appear like distant lanterns, dim, warm, drifting slowly across the mind's horizon. They arise, they glow faintly, and then they drift away before you can grasp them. Let them go. They are not here to be followed. They are here to fade. You feel the night breathe with you. In, out, in, out. Your breath and the night become one rhythm. You are dissolving into this rhythm, the boundaries between self and stillness fading like ink in water. Every tradition you visited tonight, Stoicism, Taoism, Buddhism, Hindu wisdom, existential thought, has led you to this moment. Not to learn, not to think, but to rest, to return, to reconnect with the quiet center of your being. In this soft, slow descent, you begin to sense what that quiet center truly feels like. It feels like acceptance. It feels like belonging. It feels like relief. It feels like finally coming home. You sink even deeper now, as though the bed beneath you has transformed into a warm pool. Your body becomes weightless, floating effortlessly. The edges of your form soften. The air grows thicker, more comforting. You are not falling asleep. You are sinking into yourself, into that inner sanctuary that has been waiting patiently for you. A sanctuary that whispers, "You can rest now. You are safe. You belong. You are enough." Let those words echo through your mind, subtle and warm, like a lullaby only you can hear. Your breath slows even further. Your thoughts dissolve completely into softness. Your body drifts. Your awareness becomes silky, fluid, dreamlike. The night feels like a companion now, gentle, loving, familiar. You drift into its arms without resistance. You have nothing left to do, Nothing left to manage, nothing left to think. Every part of you is ready to surrender to rest. And as the last remnants of wakefulness melt away, you realize something profound. You are reconnecting with your true self not by searching, but by letting go. Let yourself continue drifting. The next layer waits. Your drifting deepens. The world around you dissolves into a warm, velvety hush. Everything feels slower now. Your breath, your heartbeat, even the movement of your thoughts, which now glide like soft shadows across a distant wall. You are sinking into a place beneath thinking, beneath effort, beneath identity. Here, the night wraps around you like a cocoon, soft, warm, safe. This darkness is not empty. It is rich with quiet possibility. In many spiritual traditions, darkness is where growth happens, where seeds open, where stars ignite, where insight is born. You are resting in that fertile darkness now. Your breath becomes quieter still, barely noticeable. A whisper of air entering, a softer whisper leaving. You do not guide it. You do not shape it. It moves on its own, perfect and natural. In this stillness, you begin to notice the faint hum of your own existence, an internal vibration, subtle and steady. It is the rhythm of being alive, a reminder that even when everything else is silent, something within you is always glowing. You are drifting deeper now, and the night reveals its gentlest truth. You can release the need to know. You can release the urge to solve. You can release the compulsion to hold yourself together. You are allowed to unravel. You are allowed to soften. You are allowed to simply be. In this softness, the wise teachings of the night become clearer. You feel them instead of analyzing them. They move through you like warm currents, guiding your descent into rest. You sense a gentle presence within you, the collection of every version of yourself that you have ever been. They gather quietly around you, not as ghosts, not as burdens, but as companions on your journey. You feel the younger you, hopeful and open. The older you, wiser and steadier. The tired you, longing for rest. The brave you, who survived what once felt impossible. The tender you, who still hopes. The shadowed you, who carried what was too heavy. All of them sit with you now, not asking for anything, just being together. Your inner world feels like a soft-lit room, warm, safe, unified. Integration continues happening naturally, unforced, effortless, like a fruit quietly ripening in the dark. Your breath deepens again, though you don't control it. It deepens on its own, as if your body knows exactly how to bring you into deeper rest. A warmth moves through your limbs. Your hands feel heavy. Your legs feel distant. Your torso melts into the surface beneath you. Your face softens completely. You feel yourself sinking, downward, inward. into a softness that makes you feel truly held. The night becomes a mirror now, showing you your essence, stripped of worry, stripped of expectation, stripped of identity. You see yourself not as who you need to be, but as who you already are, beneath everything, quiet, whole, peaceful, enough. This recognition feels like a warm tide rolling through your chest, a release, a return, a relief so deep you feel it in your bones. You drift further. The boundaries between body and breath blur. You are no longer aware of where your limbs rest. You cannot feel the edges of yourself. You are becoming spacious, like a sky dissolving into night. Thoughts evaporate before they take shape. Images flicker and fade. You are floating in a serene emptiness. And yet, you've never felt more whole. The inner flame glows on, steady, golden, soft. A lighthouse inside your chest guiding you inward. You follow it effortlessly like a small boat carried by tide. You drift toward that warm center, closer, closer, closer. And then you feel it, a deep, wordless recognition, a reunion, a quiet homecoming. You are touching your true self, not a self defined by the world, not a self covered in layers, not a self shaped by fear or expectation, but the self beneath it all, the self that has watched every moment of your life without judgment, the self that has never left you, the self that has always known your worth. You rest there now, warm, safe, complete. Your breath becomes even slower. Your awareness becomes even softer. Your body becomes weightless, as though floating in warm water. Sleep is near. Sleep is already touching the edges of your mind. Sleep is beginning to pull you gently, like a tide rising around your ankles. You do not resist. You do not cling. You let the tide rise. Let it lift you. Let it hold you. Let it carry you into the deepest rest you've known in a long, long time. The night hums around you. Around you. Your inner flame glows, your breath drifts, and you are sinking softly, deeply, peacefully. The next layer awaits. You drift deeper still, sinking into a space where even the concept of you begins to soften. The edges blur, the inner chatter dissolves. What remains is awareness, pure, open, unhurried. A gentle presence floating in darkness, like a small lantern suspended in infinite space. This darkness is not cold or empty. It is warm. It is alive. It wraps around your awareness like velvet, holding you with a tenderness that feels almost ancient. Night has become not an absence but a presence, steady, soothing, and quietly wise. Your breath drifts in and drifts out. Your body grows heavier with each exhale, as though the earth itself is gently pulling you into rest. Nothing feels sharp anymore. Nothing feels urgent. Everything melts. You begin to feel the world around you fading. Slowly, softly, the room dissolves. The sense of time dissolves. The to-do lists dissolve. The messages, the conversations, the unfinished things, they dissolve. All that remains is this slow drifting inward. In this depth, you begin to hear the faint whisper of your inner voice again. Not the loud voice of daily life, not the voice of planning or worrying, but the soft, honest voice that only speaks in the quietest hours. It says, "You have done enough. You can let go now. You are safe to rest." Let those words echo gently through you. You feel your ribcage expand slightly with each inhale, like the soft opening of a flower at night. With each exhale, you feel it fold back in, heavy, warm, surrendering. The rhythms of your body feel older than thought, older than memory, older than fear, like ancient tides that move without instruction. You surrender to them. The night feels like a soft ocean now, dark, endless, embracing. You float on its surface effortlessly. You do not need to swim. You do not even need to breathe deliberately. Everything happens for you. Your breath becomes feather-light. Your awareness drifts like smoke. Your body feels distant, as if made of clouds. You have moved so far inward that ordinary things, your name, your plans, your worries, feel foreign now, like echoes from another lifetime. All that feels real is the warmth inside your chest, that small golden flame, your inner self. It flickers softly, barely visible, but you can feel its warmth radiating through your whole being. That warmth is love. Not sentimental love, not dramatic love, but the deeper, quieter love of existence itself, the love of simply being. You rest in that love. As you drift, the philosophies of earlier begin to merge together in your mind, not as ideas, but as sensations. Stoicism becomes a steadying warmth in your belly, grounding you. Taoism becomes a drifting sensation in your limbs, effortless and free. Buddhism becomes a widening openness in your mind, spacious and calm. Hindu wisdom becomes a glowing pulse in your chest, radiant and eternal. Existentialism becomes a soft clarity behind your eyes, quiet empowerment. All of them combine into one feeling: peace. A peace that isn't earned, a peace that isn't fragile, a peace that doesn't depend on your circumstances, a peace that comes from remembering who you really are. And who you are, beneath everything, is enough. You drift deeper now, as though descending into warm water. Your thoughts no longer swim. They sink, slow and peaceful, to the bottom of a still lake. Your awareness floats on the surface, calm, quiet, unmoving. You feel yourself entering that beautiful place between waking and sleep. The borderlands, the threshold, the soft, glowing edge of dreams. Here your senses dim, your breath softens further. Your body becomes almost weightless. You feel suspended, supported, embraced. You're not asleep yet, but you are no longer awake. You exist in a third state, a drifting, floating consciousness that feels like being wrapped in starlight. In this drifting space, the last remnants of the day rise like bubbles from the depths. Memories, interactions, snippets of conversations, moments of tension, moments of joy. They rise and then pop and then disappear. You do not chase them. You do not interpret them. You let them go as effortlessly as exhaling. The night is beginning to carry you now, not downward, not upward, but inward, into the warm chambers of your own inner world. You drift through those chambers as though floating down a dark, quiet corridor lined with soft lanterns. Each lantern is one of your deeper truths, glowing faintly, waiting patiently for you to rediscover it. You pass by, a lantern of calm, a lantern of clarity, a lantern of self-compassion, a lantern of resilience, a lantern of freedom, a lantern of deep belonging. And finally, at the end of the corridor, you find the brightest lantern of all, the lantern of your true self. You drift toward it, effortlessly, pulled by the warmth it radiates. You do not reach for it. You simply drift closer. The glow intensifies, warm and golden, like sunlight filtered through honey. It wraps around you like a blanket. Your breath slows even more. Your heart softens. Your mind becomes gentle and empty. You are ready to drift deeper. You float in the warm glow of your inner lantern, suspended in a stillness that feels infinite. The night cradles you, and the glow softens every edge inside you. You feel as though you are dissolving into warmth, becoming less solid, more fluid, like breath, like smoke, like light itself. Your awareness drifts, untethered and free. You are not thinking. You are not analyzing. You are simply being. And being feels effortless. The golden warmth in your chest expands like a slow sunrise. It moves outward through your ribs. It spills into your shoulders. It melts down your arms and pools into your hands. It drifts upward into your throat, your jaw, your cheeks, your forehead. It settles behind your eyes like a soft sun. This warmth reminds you that you are safe, that you are whole, that you are allowed to rest. You drift deeper still. Your sense of time begins to fade. Minutes stretch, moments blur. Everything becomes soft, slow, spacious. You can no longer feel where your body ends and the bed begins. You're floating in warm darkness, weightless and unburdened. Your breath moves like a tide far in the distance, slow, smooth, rhythmic. And in this drifting space, another layer of insight gently arrives, not as a thought, but as a feeling. You do not need to earn rest. You do not need permission to sleep. You do not need to prove anything to anyone. Your existence is enough. This truth settles in your core, filling you with a soothing heaviness, the kind of heaviness that precedes Deep sleep. Your limbs feel thick and warm. Your eyelids feel full. Your thoughts feel like they're wrapped in cotton. Drift deeper. The night hums quietly around you, like a distant lullaby. You feel it vibrating through your bones, calming you from the inside out. Your breath grows softer, softer still. Barely a whisper now. You don't need to control anything. Your body knows exactly how to guide you into sleep. It knows the way. It always has. You drift into a darkness that feels comforting, like velvet against your skin. In this darkness, you feel the presence of all the wisdom you absorbed tonight, floating around you like soft stars. The steady resilience of Stoicism, the effortless flow of Taoism, the compassionate spaciousness of Buddhism, the radiant inner truth of Hindu wisdom, the quiet freedom of existential thought. They circle you not as ideas, but as sensations, warmth, ease, clarity, softness, belonging. You drift inside their combined glow. Your breath moves in and out, like gentle waves on a quiet shore at night. The soundless rhythm lulls you deeper. Thoughts no longer form. They unravel before they even begin. You exist in a cloud of softness. You drift down another layer. Your mind becomes hazy, blurred at the edges. Images flicker, half dreams rising from the depths. Shapes, colors, whispers of scenes. They swell and fade before you can grasp them. This is the threshold, the doorway, the quiet slip into dreams. Your body is long gone now, surrendered to rest. Your awareness floats like a small boat on still water. And you drift deeper, weightless, peaceful. A gentle voice inside you, the deepest, oldest part of you, whispers softly, "You can go now. You can rest fully. You are safe." Let the words wrap around you like warm fabric. Your breath is the slowest it has been all night, moving through you without any effort. You feel like you are breathing with the universe itself. One shared inhale, one shared exhale. Your awareness dims, like a lantern being lowered gently into water. Not extinguished, just softened, muted, quiet. You drift deeper. Your thoughts dissolve into light. Your edges dissolve into warmth. Your sense of self dissolves into spaciousness. You are not disappearing. You are returning. Returning to the deepest rest. Returning to the quiet center of your being. Returning to the soft truth that you have always been enough. Drift. The night holds you completely now. You feel your mind tilt gently towards sleep, like a flower closing at night. Slow, natural, inevitable. You surrender. You drift. You melt into the darkness. And the next layer awaits. You drift into deeper quiet, into a stillness so soft it feels like floating inside a warm cloud. The boundary between waking and dreaming thins until it is almost gone. Your breath is slow, loose, unhurried, a gentle tide inside your chest. Your mind is no longer trying to hold on to anything. It is releasing, softening, letting go. The night feels like a living presence holding you, steady, warm, protective. You feel wrapped, swaddled, embraced by something ancient and kind. A darkness that is not empty, but sacred. A darkness that invites you to rest deeply, without fear, without effort. You drift further inward, and the darkness becomes a soft mirror. It reflects nothing external back at you. Instead, it shows you yourself, the version beneath every expectation, beneath every role, beneath every thought. This version is quiet, still, deeply at peace. Every breath you take pulls you closer to this inner self. You feel your awareness sinking like a stone through warm water, slow, effortless, inevitable. The deeper you sink, the more the noise of the day fades away, dissolving into nothing. Tasks, opinions, plans, all melting into the dark. You no longer carry the day. The day has released you, and you have released it. In this descent, something inside you loosens. A knot you've held for too long, a tension you didn't realize you were carrying, a heaviness you never truly named. It unwinds slowly, like a rope being unspiraled gently by invisible hands. Your shoulders melt, your stomach softens, your jaw unclenches, your forehead smooths, your fingers relax without effort. You sink deeper. You drift like a leaf on a still pond. No destination, no urgency, just floating. The night whispers through you, not with words, but with feeling. You are safe now. You may rest. You can let everything go. And you do. You let go. Fully. Completely. Even the idea of letting go becomes unnecessary. Everything simply falls away on its own. You drift further inward. The darkness grows warmer, more golden, as though lit from within by the inner flame that has guided you all night. That flame is your truth, your essence, your quiet self beneath everything. You move toward it without trying, drawn by its warmth, its gentleness, its familiarity. It feels like coming home. Your breath deepens again, but only slightly. Just enough to remind you that you are alive, that life moves through you effortlessly, that rest is natural, that rest is allowed. You float in that warmth. Thoughts might flicker here and there, little sparks of memory, half-formed images, whispers of imagination. But they don't disturb you. They pass by like fireflies in the dark, brief, glowing, harmless. You drift further. Your sense of self softens. You feel spacious, like a sky opening above a quiet field at dusk. Peaceful, wide, free. Nothing is required of you. Nothing is expected of you. You exist, and that is enough. As you drift deeper, your awareness touches something profound, a knowing that you are not alone, a knowing that you are connected to something larger, a knowing that your inner self is never separate, never abandoned, never lost. This knowing is not loud. It is a warm hum beneath the quiet. You let that hum vibrate through your chest, your throat, your face. It soothes everything it touches. You feel your breath becoming softer still, as though your body is beginning to breathe with the dream world instead of the waking one. Your limbs feel distant, floating. Your mind feels thick and dreamy. Your awareness oscillates between here and somewhere else, a gentle sway, like drifting on a raft in a calm, moonlit sea. You do not resist the drift, you flow with it. The night grows even more beautiful around you, even more inviting, even more tender. You sink deeper, deeper still, and deeper yet. Every inch of your being welcomes the descent. You are only a breath away from dreams now, only a breath away from the deepest rest of the night, only a breath away from dissolving into the quiet truth of your own existence. Drift softly, gently, easily. The next layer is waiting. You drift even deeper, as though sinking through layers of soft velvet. The night feels denser now, warmer, more intimate. It surrounds you completely, forming a cocoon of absolute stillness. In that stillness, you feel yourself dissolving further, not disappearing but softening, loosening, slipping into a gentler version of existence. Your breath is now almost imperceptible, a soft flutter, a slow tide, a quiet rhythm that asks nothing of you. You are floating in the quietest place you have ever been. The darkness around you is not dark. It has a faint glow like the world just before dawn. A soft bluish calm, a peaceful haze. You float within it, weightless, suspended. Your thoughts no longer form sentences. They are fragments, images, shimmers, like reflections on still water. You are drifting between worlds, the waking world fading behind you, the dream world beginning to rise ahead like a gentle tide coming in. You feel your body surrendering entirely. The muscles slacken, the spine releases, the arms and legs feel distant, like they belong to another realm now. Your facial muscles melt into neutrality. You are pure awareness, floating in warmth. In this space, the deepest part of you whispers softly, not in words, but in sensation. You are returning. You are remembering. You are safe. The night becomes a teacher again, showing you that rest is not just the absence of effort. It is a positive presence, a nourishment, a healing, a reconnection with everything you are beneath the noise of the day. As you sink deeper, memories begin to drift by like slow-moving clouds, a moment of joy, a moment of stress, a moment of confusion, a moment of tenderness. They pass across your awareness without pulling you in. They drift at their own pace, like pieces of a puzzle you no longer feel compelled to solve. You are not thinking about them. You are simply witnessing them. A gentle observer, present but not attached, soft and completely at ease. Your breath deepens just a little, as though your body is preparing you for a deeper journey inward. You inhale slowly and release gently. And with that breath, the last remnants of tension fall away. You feel them drop from your shoulders, slide from your chest, melt from your mind. A slow glow begins inside you, like a candle being lit in your deepest core. Warm, soft, golden. This glow is your truest self, not a concept, a presence, a feeling, a gentle hum of aliveness. You draw closer to it. Your awareness touches that glow, and something within you loosens further. A deep, quiet release. A surrender so subtle you can barely feel it, but so profound it changes your entire inner state. You are no longer thinking, not even drifting thoughts, not even faint images. You are simply here, in warmth, in softness, in safety. The glow expands, filling your torso, your limbs, your face, your mind. It radiates outward into the darkness, and the darkness glows back, reflecting your inner light. You and the night become one gentle presence. Your breath merges with the hush around you. Your body softens into nothingness. Your awareness floats freely. And from somewhere deep inside, deeper than any thought, deeper than any memory, deeper than any philosophy, a final truth rises quietly. You have always been enough. This truth settles into you like warm sand around bare feet. It fills the hollow spaces. It smooths the rough edges. It comforts the tired parts. It warms the aching ones. You sink deeper into that truth. Your awareness dims even more. You drift between faint sensations, warmth, weightlessness, softness. Nothing sharp, nothing loud, nothing demanding. The world feels far away now, as though you are wrapped in layers of feathered quiet. You sense that you are almost at the final edge of wakefulness. One breath away, one exhale away, one moment away. Your body knows, your breath knows, your inner self knows, and you let it come. Drift down, sink, release, let go. The next layer calls to you softly. You drift deeper still, crossing the final threshold between thought and no thought. Your awareness becomes a soft haze, like moonlight diffused through mist. Everything inside you is slow, warm, and heavy with rest. You are sinking into yourself as though being gently lowered into the warmest, quietest depths of your being. Your breath is the faintest whisper now, moving through you like a soft breeze through curtains. You don't notice the inhale or the exhale. They blend together into one seamless rhythm. a rhythm your body has known since before you had words, a rhythm older than memory, older than fear. Here in this depth, nothing feels separate anymore. Not your breath from your body, not your body from the night, not the night from your inner world. Everything is one slow, comforting tide. You drift on that tide, carried effortlessly. There is no direction, no destination, just movement into deeper softness. You feel as though you are floating inside a warm, starlit ocean, boundless, quiet, tender. The night holds you like something precious, like something sacred, like something beloved. You drift more. The glow inside your chest, the inner flame, the true self, remains steady and warm. It doesn't flicker, it doesn't dim, it simply shines, even as the rest of you dissolves into rest. This warmth spreads through you again, down your spine, into your belly, into your legs, into your feet, up through your throat, into your face, behind your closed eyes. It fills you completely until you feel hollow and full at the same time, light and heavy, present and drifting. In this glowing stillness, you feel something profound, a sense that everything inside you is exactly where it needs to be. Nothing missing, nothing broken, nothing out of place. You sink into that wholeness like sinking into warm sand. Your thoughts no longer rise. Your mind no longer wanders. Your awareness barely holds on. Sleep begins to seep in through the edges. Quiet, slow, inevitable. You feel it like a soft tide rising around your ankles, your knees, your hips, your chest, your shoulders, your face. A warm, heavy tide pulling you gently downward. It feels safe to go with it. It feels natural. It feels like the most honest thing you can do. Your inner voice, the softest version of yourself, whispers again from somewhere deep inside. You can rest now. You can let everything go. You are safe. You belong. The words echo inside you like ripples on quiet water. You drift deeper and deeper and deeper. Your body disappears into the bed. Your breath disappears into the night. Your awareness becomes a faint glow, drifting freely. Then even that glow softens, dimmer, quieter, heavier. You feel like stardust being gathered back into the night sky. A soft heaviness fills your limbs. Your mind grows thick with dreams. Your breath becomes a slow wave. You drift a little more, and then a little more. Our warm universe unfolds beneath you, and you fall gently into it, supported on all sides by the softness of existence. You are not falling asleep. You are melting into sleep, becoming one with the quiet, one with the night, one with yourself. Everything is soft now. Everything is slow. Everything is peaceful. The world feels very far away, as though wrapped in layers of gentle twilight. You're almost gone now, almost fully surrendered, almost entirely asleep. Just a few more breaths. Slow, heavy, peaceful. The next layer of rest is waiting. You are drifting on the final edge of wakefulness now. Thought dissolves before it forms. Time loosens. Your body feels distant, almost transparent. Your breath moves like a memory of wind, gentle and effortless. There is nothing left to do, nothing left to fix, nothing left to plan, nothing left to think. You are simply here, floating in the softest darkness, wrapped in a warmth that feels almost like love. A warmth that holds you the way a quiet night holds the glow of the moon. Tender, effortless, unconditional. You drift further into that warmth. Your awareness narrows to a dim glow and then widens into spaciousness, like a sky opening above a still field. There is no tension, no edges, no boundaries, only quiet, only softness, only being. In this softness, you sense the presence you've been traveling with all night, the part of you untouched by worry, untouched by fear, untouched by expectation, the part of you that watches without judgment, the part of you that breathes without effort, the part of you that feels without clinging, the part of you that rests without guilt. This part touches you gently now, like a hand made of warm light. It whispers again, not in words, but in a feeling that rises through your chest, through your throat, through your mind. You are safe. You are enough. You can sleep now. You sink deeper. Past thought, past identity, past the need to hold yourself together. Your breath releases fully. Your muscles surrender completely. Your awareness softens like dusk sliding into night. You feel suspended between worlds, not awake, not dreaming, just floating in a warm, dark ocean of pure being. And then the night becomes even softer. You sense the very last layers of consciousness loosening, a gentle unraveling, a dissolving of all structure, a quiet scattering of the last remnants of wakefulness. Your mind becomes a dim glow, your body becomes a distant echo, your breath becomes a quiet hum. Sleep is pulling you now, slowly, steadily, like a tide that never stops rising. You do not fear it, you trust it, you welcome it, because this sleep is not empty. It is restorative, healing, reconnecting, a return to the deepest part of yourself, and with each passing second, you are drifting more deeply into it. The night hums softly around you, a lullaby made of silence. Your awareness dims again and again, each dimming softer than the last, until awareness becomes only a faint shimmer. You feel the world slipping away, the room slipping away, your name slipping away, your thoughts slipping away. What remains is breath, warmth, darkness, peace. You are so close now. Your breath is slow, And slower and slower still, your body feels like warm sand on a quiet beach. Your mind feels like a horizon dissolving into the sea. Your awareness feels like drifting smoke. You surrender to it fully. Nothing holds you back. Nothing keeps you awake. Nothing weighs on your mind. You drift, 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 right up to the final threshold. Sleep is here, and you are ready to step across. You are standing at the final doorway now, the quiet threshold between waking and dreaming. There is no effort left in you, no tension, no resistance. Every part of you is ready. The night presses a gentle hand to your back, guiding you forward. Not pushing, just welcoming. Your breath is long and low. Your body is warm and heavy. Your mind is soft and drifting, like a feather moving through still air. You are slipping into sleep, the way a tide slips back into the sea. Slow, inevitable, beautiful. In this last moment, before you cross the threshold completely, you feel the soft glow of your inner flame one more time. It flickers warmly inside your chest, a quiet reminder that even as you sleep, even as you drift far into dreams, the truest part of you remains steady, whole, and present. This flame is your anchor, your home, your essence. It whispers again, gentle, loving, certain. You are safe. You are held. You are enough. You can rest now. Those words move through you like warm water, dissolving the last tiny fragments of wakefulness. Your thoughts flatten into a single horizon. Your awareness melts like dusk fading into night. You're sinking, slowly, softly, into a depth that feels like a warm embrace. Your breath smooths out completely. Your limbs fall away into heaviness. Your mind becomes a quiet hum. Dreams begin to form at the edges of your awareness. Soft shapes, glowing colors, gentle scenes rising like mist. You don't reach for them. You float toward them naturally, effortlessly. The night's darkness becomes a cradle, a shelter, a warm, infinite space where you are held without condition. You drift deeper still. Thought disappears. Tension disappears. Identity disappears. Only warmth remains. Only quiet. Only the gentle rhythm of a body resting deeply and fully. You feel yourself crossing the threshold, almost imperceptibly, as though stepping into another room made entirely of softness. This is sleep, true sleep, deep sleep, healing sleep, and you sink into it completely. Before consciousness dissolves entirely, a final whisper rises, a message carried gently from your inner self, meant to accompany you into your dreams. You have done enough. You have earned this peace. You may rest as long as you need. You are loved. You are whole. You are home. And with that, you surrender. Fully, warmly, completely, to the night's embrace. Your breath deepens. Your body drifts. Your awareness fades into softness. You're gone now, floating in the quietest place within yourself. safe, resting, held. If you found comfort in this journey, if it brought you peace or helped you drift toward rest, remember, when morning comes, when you rise gently from this sleep, take a moment to like and subscribe so others can find their way home to themselves too. For now, sleep deeply, fully, softly. Good night.